Books. I hope there are always books because books are beautiful as objects, as collections, as something to engage in with the mind. But of course, they will not always be there. Someday we will move past them and eventually the world will end. Or what if it doesn't? What if we discover someday that the idea of sun implosions and explosions is wrong, or the idea of the universe expanding and contracting? Scientists can't even decide if oil is healthy or not, let alone how the universe happens and then goes away. Imagine books being around forever, expanding, taking over the world, covering like leather covers a foot, like mint will take over anything it is allowed to, like dandelions, angel grass, crabgrass, mentha, peperita, spicata, gentilis, requeni, villosa, like words. Here's to books being around forever. Society dreams. Historically, he found that people were separate from society. They were in the branches of a dream. Health owns your body. Beauty owns your health. Meaning is a form. It's a formality. Clarity now. It's so amazing. We have had mystical experiences of light knowing meaning, which was predictable. It helps a people. It helps a culture. Those little worlds. The guest is the magic of that. Cavernous worlds of honey. Society dreams yourself. I had a theory. It was not the ambulances. It was not the walk, the ability to walk, to move, to be free. It points to a wildness, beauty around the nonverbal. The poems are escaping rhythm's function, a time of confusion. Your words manifest. Your words manifest ideas into songs because many have talked, many ancestors talked. Somehow in themselves, eyes conquered them. Understanding is expensive. Life being worthwhile. You assume that in order for life to be worthwhile, we need to attain some special state of happiness and peace, and that this is spiritual, and then hopefully, refresh this special state as often as possible to a kind of hard, glistening sheen over the soul. Or maybe it should just happen if you're really good. That armor should just happen very often, and you're happy. Gardens grow themselves. This is my style, very lazy. When laziness works, it really works. Functional imagination. Fairness is a matter of craftsmanship. Dream down into yourself, find understanding. Western perception trusts the wild beauty. Success and change pulsed away in the cities. It's a simple building buried life, meaning paralyzed magic. Happiness is functional, and the people, the ancestors, took medicine, smoked, and in the blood it is loud, said things. It was imaginary, and changed fragility into clarity. The real, the self blurred in hysteria. The dream of language is overrated, like dream language speaking of a craft. Being, is it meaningless? Their house was an unknown song. Their house was beauty. He felt scared to understand what was happening. It's just something of the old work, confusion magic, a spell we're all under. It's a hard problem, being themselves. Truth as a guest. Your movements are vital. She was an owl. The truth is normal, bubbling up into the moment like a guest. The distraction was subtle societal rhythms. The words tried this game. What is not dissolved? What is not dissolved in the sky? This confusion is a cautious exercise. Rhythms digested otherworldly sounds. The dream beat leads to a point of vitality. In the geocentric realms, the poets multiplied a mark, put things into a bonfire of ego. Americans are reasonable, melodramatic, ideas of decency are precious to us. The discontinuous ways were a game. The owl was a game. The owl was stolen. The owl was a rhythm. It was quiet. The more so mind was loud, as was time. Fertility stormed the blood. Symptoms repeated to make a point. Electricity. I saw a bobcat in my dreams a long time ago and forgot until recently when I was reading through an old journal. I saw real bobcats for the first time last week. First, one running in front of me, then two running together into some mamuang trees. There is some constant interplay between the actual surreality of the dreamlike world and the desire for a dreamlike quality. I'm saying they exist side by side, the actual dream and the hope for, yearned for dreaminess, and when they press on each other, the feedback produces electricity, which arises. Not whenever we want to, whenever we want it, but it does appear. Yeah.